Well, hello YouTube. Atlanta to Dallas Aviation back with you with another unboxing video. I believe this is unboxing number 39. I did not check before making the recording, so it's either 38 or 39, I'm pretty sure. And I've got a whole bunch of cool stuff, and since, as you know, this is low tech, so I've got only 30 minutes, and there's no way. I've got 6 new models, and there's no way I'm going to get all 6 of them covered in one video. So this is going to be part 1, and part 1 is going to be 747 galore, and so we waited a long time for these. These are the 747-8s on the new mold from NG Models. And so there's some interesting things about these releases that I wasn't expecting, and I actually glimpsed a picture from yesterday's airlines. I think did a video, or maybe he just did an article on his website. I can't remember, but I was not aware that these particular models were part of that video or article. But so these aren't the first models released on their new mold for the 747-8, but they are close. They're definitely within the first 5, and I'm not even sure they've done 5. So, but I'm going to go ahead and get into it because there were some surprises that I wasn't actually expecting. So first of all, first surprise will be the box. Now the first model I'm going to reveal, actually the box is even neater than the box for the other model, and that is NG Models Boeing 747-8 freighter. And this, as you can see on the box, it says it's the last 747 made. And it's so it's Atlas Air operating for Apex Logistics, which is actually only printed on the port side of the aircraft, and but it also has oh, okay, so that's a 30 years for Atlas Air sticker is on this side. And then a Joe Sutter Forever Incredible creating engineer, I guess, for the 747 to begin with, the original 747. So that sticker is, I believe, on the other side, on the starboard side of the aircraft, which we will look at real quick. But so this is basically what the box looks like. A little bit different, but what is cool, so this so Forever Incredible, talking about the 747. So it does have some elements of the artwork that we're used to from NG Models, but what is kind of cool is the box is magnetic. So you flip the little front there where it says open, and it opens it right up like this. And what's different, what's interesting about this box, let's see. All right, so up here you can see they've got some information about the 747. I hope I'm getting it all in the frame there. Goodness. All right, so hopefully you got an idea there. I got to bring this back down so I can continue. All right. So that's neat. So basically they're 747-8s. I don't know if this is going to continue with some of their other wide body aircraft or if this is just for certain types. I can't remember. NG Models said something about I can't remember. I don't know if this box is going to be on special ones or if it's going to be this kind of box for every 747-8 or I just don't know. So we'll see going forward how that ends up. But anyway, this aircraft's registration is November 863 Golf Tango. And let's see, here we go. The NG Models item number there is 78015. All right, so that's it for the box. So I only had to go over the box once because the box for the other one is similar, but that was the first surprise. So the second surprise, and maybe it wasn't a surprise, they may have said it when they were advertising it as a to come model, but the second surprise is it comes with a stand. And let's get him up here on the stand. So it comes with that stand. So that's also really cool. That's always what I liked about Dragon Wings was it came with a stand, even though the stand was way bigger usually than it needed to be. But this is a pretty good low profile stand, and it's metal or some composite of metal. The only complaint I have about the stand is that the screw that holds the arm in place, it's not tight. When you screw it into the arm from the foot, it leaves room for the arm to wobble. So I don't really care for that too much. It does tighten enough to where the other little indentation hole at the bottom of the arm that keeps this kind of straight. It is tight enough to keep that in its hole so the arm doesn't twist and turn, but it's quite the wobbly. I mean, I know I'm kind of manhandling it here, but you can see here. If I can stop shaking long enough, you can maybe see it's very wobbly and how much you see that all that room under there. Well, that's as tight as the screw gets, so that would be my only complaint about that. Alright, so we're going to get it here on the turntable and start it spinning. And I still haven't quite figured out how to get the spin proper, because I want it really slow. That's pretty slow. Alright, good. Alright, so and this also puts it right nice and level with my camera. I want to get the best angle here for you, where while it's spinning nothing goes out of frame. Alright, so my additional information there for this. Now of course this is a passenger one, so we don't have a seating configuration for it. But it was delivered on the 1st of February of 2023, and it is the last built 747, It is currently 1.2 years old based on first flight, and it is obviously currently active. And this one, just like the next one, is powered by 4 General Electric GenX, GENX, -2B67s. So that's the kind of engines we got powering it. So as you can get the slow turn here, we'll stop him in just a minute. Or actually, it might be turning slow enough that I can point out the couple of things. So here is the Joe Sutter decal. And then on this side, as it turns, there's the 30th anniversary of Atlas Air sticker, and Apex Logistics, again printed on the port side, and then the big Atlas Air titles here printed on the starboard side. And then of course, if you're fairly familiar with Atlas Air, their logo is actually Atlas holding up a globe. All right, so that's good. I don't think I will stop the turntable to get a close-up look of the starboard side, so we will just, once he gets back to the port side here, I will remove him and move on to the next. All right, so there was Atlas Air sitting on the stand that you get with these. And then our other wide body, our other 747 for part 1 of this unboxing, is Lufthansa Boeing 747-8I with registration Delta-Alpha Bravo Yankee Tango. And if you're familiar with Airline Videos Live, it's affectionately called Yankee Tangy because our gracious host accidentally said Yankee Tangy one time when this came in on his program, and it stuck. So they never say Yankee Tango, they just say Yankee Tangy. And of course, this is the retro livery. It's really not all that different. What makes this more retro is that it has the cheat line going down the passenger windows, and I'm not sure, maybe the crane on the engines, but the crane on the tail is they still have, when they updated this to where there wasn't any cheat line and no black nose, the tail pretty much stayed the same. So yes, the tail is retro, but then again, it's not quite retro yet because there's still some in the livery that was updated from this livery that has that crane on there. And nothing necessarily special inside this box. It's the same similar box as the other one. And my goodness, and you can see that's what it looks like on the inside. It's just a big stylized version of their logo. And then let's see, and then the item number, NG item number, wow, I can't talk today. NG item number is 78016. So there you have the box. And let's bring this in. This is going to be tricky because I left the thing spinning here, and I'm not doing it on the I'm not doing this one on the stand, so I'm going to have to angle it down so you can see it. All right. And I also love this turntable since you can kind of see the underside without me having to hold it up to the camera and looking at the underside there. Alright, so he almost was out of frame there. Okay, I got room there, I think. I want to make sure you get a good look. We will take a closer look at the port side on this one for sure. But anyway, our extra information on this model. Of course, like I said, it's the retro livery, and it was delivered to Lufthansa on the 25th of March of 2015. It is approximately 9 years old based on first flight and is currently active. Again, it is also powered by 4 General Electric GEnx Gen X-2 B67s. Now this one obviously is a passenger plane, so its seating configuration is 8 first class, 92 business class, 32 premium economy, and 208 regular economy. And I had done the, what is that, 340 passengers it holds with the seating arrangement that it has. All right. So hopefully you've gotten a few good rotations out of this. All right. So let's get we'll be able to do close up on this one. Alright, I'm not sure if I can get much closer than that. Alright, so just standout things. We've got the black nose cone, which was definitely a thing back in the 70s at least. Black nose cone. You can see we have our cheat line here that runs the length of the passenger windows on the bottom deck. We've got the Lufthansa crane right down here printed next to the pitot tubes. We also have, which also would not have been on the retro version, the actual retro, we have the Star Alliance logo here. Lufthansa titles here, and now with double deckers, I'm actually, it just occurred to me, I don't know how these doors are labeled. I assume that this one's still the L1 door because it's the furthest forward door, period. But I don't know if that makes the upper deck door the L2, or if the next door on the lower level is the L2 and the upper one is called something else. So if you know, please leave that in the comments. And by the way, if you're enjoying this video or any other content that's on my channel, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. Alright, so we're moving back to around the midsection with the wing root here. One of our Gen X engines here, also printed with the Lufthansa crane. Here's the other engine, Lufthansa crane right here. So again, I'm not sure if this is the L2 door or if that's the L2 door. So I'm going to assume this is the L2 door and the upper one is called something else, which would make this one the L3 door. L4 door. And then the L5 door way back there. You have our raked wingtips, and this being the port side, you have the red beacon light there at the tip. And here we have, I believe the lettering down here below the passenger line, I believe that says Boeing 747-8. And then we have our aircraft registration here. And then on the tail, we have the German flag at the top of the tail, and the last two alphanumerics of the registration also up here. So Yankee Tango. So overall, magnificent model with several surprises, being the very intricate box that's almost like getting a Gemini 200 narrow body box, and you get a not just a stand but a metal stand, which the screw that holds the arm on could be a little better. I don't like the arm wobbly like that, but I guess as long as it doesn't at least like pivot. If it wobbles, it's one thing. If it pivots, that can be a problem. So, but anyway, so that is part one. So please stay tuned, and I will probably put part two out the next day. This one's probably coming out the day that I filmed it, and then I will film part two and put it out on Sunday. Today is Saturday, at least for me it is. And then tomorrow is Sunday, which is when you'll probably get the narrow body remaining 4 models that I got. So until my next video, wow, I must be having a stroke or something. But anyway, until next video, happy collecting.